So why you gonna do it like that? Why you gonna keep that thing from me?
Hello, welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys this look right here, which I actually posted this picture on my Instagram story, and I got a lot of DMs asking if I could do a tutorial. So it's not the same exact look, but it is Pride inspired. I just turned it into a cut crease. It's basically the same idea, it's just a cut crease, and I added some glitter. But I feel like a look like this is safe for everyone to recreate, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I got this look. But before I begin, if anybody wants to follow me on any social media accounts, I'll have them listed here, and I will leave them in the description box as well. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're starting off with the bare face. I did my eyebrows off camera like I normally do. I'm gonna go ahead and do my foundation first. I don't know why I normally do my eyes first when I do a bolder look, but I want to do my face today, so that's what I'm going to do. For primer, I've been using this for a couple weeks now, and I really like it. This is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. This is really good if you're looking for something that'll make your makeup last all day. I know for a lot of people in the summertime, their makeup slips and slides, or their makeup fades depending on how humid it is or how much you sweat, but my makeup tends to kind of just fade. It doesn't peel, it doesn't crack, it just fades away. So I noticed that this has been helping. I kind of just apply it everywhere basically. It is a high-end primer, but it's not like super duper expensive. Like this is 30 bucks as opposed to other high-end brands that have like 35, 40, $45 primers, or just $45 stuff in general. This is 30 bucks, and I think it's really worth it. Okay, so I just came back from wetting my sponge, and I just realized that I'm the only one awake in my house right now, so I have to be quiet. For foundation, I'm taking my NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I think this is in the shade Punjab. At first, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't love this foundation, but I had to, I guess you could say, like, let it grow on me, because it was just not doing it. I seen all of these reviews on YouTube talking about like, oh, it's so full coverage, yada yada yada, and I was like, where's the coverage? Like, I didn't see any of that. And I guess now that I've used it a lot and I kind of got used to it, I like it. It's not the fullest coverage, but it does leave my skin looking really nice. For concealer, I'm going in with my ColourPop No Filter Concealer. This is in the shade Light 18. When I first got this, I think I wore it once and I didn't 100% love it. I don't know if it was the foundation that I was wearing, but I did not like the way it mixed well. Like, I didn't like the way it mixed with my foundation. So I don't know if this is the foundation that I wore with it, but the foundation started to crumbling. Like, my foundation started like crumbling off. I don't know why. I think I used a brush to blend it out though instead of a sponge. That also might play a part, but it is currently midnight. Why am I up doing my makeup? I don't know. I have been trying to practice that eye look, or this eye look that I'm gonna do, all day today. Like, I woke up this morning and I was like, I've been wanting to do a Pride look, but I feel like everyone has done Pride looks. And when I mean like Pride looks, I mean the same Pride look. And it kind of blew me because I'm not creative. So I couldn't come up with something that worked and it was different. So I tried to switch it up a little bit, but it's nothing special. It's nothing like, wow, that's great. Like, it's just, oh, okay, that's nice, that looks pretty. It's nothing like out of the ordinary. I'll do a little cream bronzing. Let's see, what should I talk about? Oh, okay, so I posted on Instagram like last week maybe, and I had asked for Netflix suggestions, and I think a lot of people said When They See Us. Some people said You, some people said some documentaries or whatever, but I watched When They See Us, and let me know in the comments down below if you've seen it too. What did you think about it? I mean, unless you've known about that case, because it's a pretty famous case, but in my defense, I didn't really know about this case, and it's like, it's not anyone's fault. It's just, you know, I just never heard of this specific case. So when I had seen it, I had no idea how it was going to end. And I didn't want to look it up because I actually wanted to watch the documentary or the docu-series, whatever it is, in full so I can know exactly what happened. When I first saw it, mind you, I've seen it two times already. So when I first saw it, my mom walked in on me bawling my eyes out because I genuinely thought that it was going to get better because I didn't know about the case. If you've never looked up the Central Park 5, then, or if you've never even heard of them or that case, then of course you're not going to know what's going on and like how it ends. But I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but I mean, you can easily look up the case and see what happened. But I genuinely thought it was going to get better, and it didn't, because all the signs were there. All the signs of their innocence was there. It's just those tapes really messed them up. What sucks the most is that these kids were manipulated to make these tapes. And it's like, till this day, I'm sure that these detectives still think that they're guilty. Real quick, I'm gonna set under my eyes. This is the Wet n Wild loose setting powder. But yeah, I was just like, those poor boys, you know, like, these are kids. They don't know what's going on. They don't even know what this means. And like, these detectives and these cops are over here harassing them into saying that they did it. And I'm like, what kind of system is that? Oh my god. I'm gonna set around my nose too. Real quick, I'm going to bronze up the skin. This is my Maybelline City Bronzer. This is in the shade 200. But yeah, just watching that honestly killed me. Like, especially the last part. Like, there's 4 parts. So if you've seen all of them, then you know Corey's story. And oh my god, that poor kid. Because he was charged as an adult. So he had to go to an actual like jail as opposed to, you know, a juvenile. Is it a juvenile I don't know. Yeah, okay. But it's just, he went to the big house basically with all the big boys. Honestly, what blows my mind is the fact that he never backed down. He was willing to stay in jail basically because he wasn't going to plead guilty. Like, he didn't want to do that. So more power to him. That just shows how strong he was. You don't know how you would react if you're in that situation, but the fact that he stayed strong the entire time and pulled through, oh my god. Like, I'm getting worked up just thinking about it. On the same brush, I'm gonna take a little bit on my nose. If you haven't seen When They See Us on Netflix, I highly suggest you do. Be ready to cry your eyes out. My sister was bawling too. I cried, I think, a total, like, throughout all 4 parts, I cried a total of like 6 times. And like, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, that's how sad it is. But it's the sad reality. It's based on a true story. It's a twisted ass system. But I mean, shit, you can't turn back time. I can't even imagine what these boys went through, you know? Alright, so we gonna blush it up. This is the Milani Baked Blush. This is Luminoso, like one of my favorite blushes. And you know what's crazy? I haven't used this in a while, but it's my favorite, or one of my favorites. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little blush to my cheeks so I look alive and well. Alright, so I went ahead and baked under my eyes because I'm going to move on to my eyeshadow. And I don't remember if this palette has a lot of fallout. We're going to see. This is normally why I do my eyes first, but we will learn from this experience together. Okay, so I really wanted to use 1 palette for this video, but I'm going to be using a total of 3. I'm going to be using my James Charles palette, and I'm also going to be using my Juvia's Place Zulu palette and Tribe palette. I really wish that all of these colors were kind of combined into 1 palette, but unfortunately the James Charles palette didn't have, I think, 2 shades that I would have needed, so I had to dig into these 2. But I mean, what are we gonna do, you know? Alright, so I already primed and set my lids. They're actually stained because I've tried to practice this look, I think, a total of like 3-4 times, so they're a little stained and they're actually kind of sore. So after this, I'm gonna wash my face and I'm gonna be done. No more makeup, no more nothing. I'm tired. So I'm gonna go in with, I forgot the names. Where's the sheet? first I'm going to take the shade Escape, which is this very eggplanty purple. Sorry, I don't look all that cute up close, but it's the harsh reality. Alright, so I'm going to start kind of stamping this onto the outer corner of my eye. I noticed with a lot of the shades in this palette, they work better when you kind of stamp them on or pack them on, as opposed to just like kind of blending them instantly. They work a lot better when you pack them on. So I am, oh, see, that crease kind of fucked me up, but I'm gonna pack this onto my crease kind of and create that definition instantly. Then I'm gonna start dragging that color towards the inner corner of my eye. Okay, I know it looks crazy, but trust the process. Okay. Alright, so now I'm gonna go in with a clean brush. It may not look clean, it's the same brush, I just kind of wiped it off. I'm going to blend out that purple a little bit so it's not so rough. Oh yeah, so as I was saying, I asked for other suggestions, and finally I got to watch the show You. I don't watch different things on Netflix. I like to watch the same thing over and over again. Literally the only show I really watch is The Office on Netflix. I don't really watch anything else. I'll watch movies on there, but it's almost always The Office playing on my TV. So today I was in a mood to try a new show, and I seen You, it was in the suggested, so I watched You, and I watched the first episode and I was like, this dude's a little crazy. And then I watched the second episode, I said, okay, so he's crazy. Then I continued watching and I'm like, it was just wild. And the way it ended, I kinda expected it, but I heard that they might come back with a second season. And I think back when the show first came out, or was first like big on Facebook, I seen a lot of people posting, or who had already seen the full season. They're like, how are they gonna do a season 2? He killed the whole cast basically. And I was like, y'all are funny as hell, but he really didn't. But I mean, it sure as hell seems like he did. All right, so now I'm gonna take the shade Brother and Escape. I'm gonna mix those two together, and I'm just gonna deepen up the inner corner right here. Alright, so I don't know if I mentioned this in the intro, but the original look that I wanted to do was not really a cut crease, but I kept practicing, and like every time I practice the same look, each time I do something different, and I hate that about myself, but I always do that. So I ended up doing a cut crease and I loved it, and I showed my mom. I was like, what do you think? Should I keep it like kind of all blended together, or should I kind of sharpen it out and do a cut crease? And she was, I really like the cut crease, so I ended up doing a cut crease. Okay, earlier when I tried this look, it looked fine, and now the colors are looking so floppy. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut the crease because I'm getting irritated with these shadows. I remember when I first started doing makeup, I didn't know anything about different looks. Like, I didn't know what a halo eye was, I didn't know what a cut crease was. I was so baffled by all of these terms. And now when I tell my mom like, oh, this is a cut crease, she's like, a what? Or when I try to tell my boyfriend, he's like, I don't know what that is. And you would think he would, because hello, you're the one that sees my makeup all the time. Not bad, not bad, not bad. I'm gonna try to do the same thing to the other side, because one thing about cut creases that kind of frustrate me is the trying to get the cut just like this one. Sometimes this one I go too high and this one I go too low. It's so frustrating. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna wipe this bake away because I have learned that there's no fallout. Alright, so real quick, I'm just gonna set my lids with a translucent powder because I hate when I don't set my cut crease and it starts to crease. So now I'm gonna go in with the shade Acapella, which is this beautiful, beautiful shimmer blue, and I'm going to work that on the outer portion of that cut crease. I'm just gonna kind of like pack that on. Oh, I'm gonna spray my brush because I already know these are some A1 shadows, and I know they're gonna be A1 if I spray the... Yes. You guys, I'm so excited for Pride this year. The Pride Parade for Chicago, I think, is June 30th. So it's literally like the last day or the second to last day of the month. So like Pride month is the whole month of June, and literally our parade is like the very end of the month. But we can still celebrate, and it kind of like builds up the excitement, you know what I mean? On Instagram, someone asked me if I've ever been to the parade before. Yes, I've been to the parade, I think like a total of like 5 years in a row. I remember one year we went out of town, and the day of the parade we just got back into town, and my mom would not let me go because we still had to unpack, and she's like, no one's driving you over there, blah blah blah, you're not getting on the bus, we need to unpack, blah blah blah, the house is a mess. She was so mad. But and I was even more mad, actually. No, she wasn't mad, I was furious. She was just like, she was not having it. But other than that, I definitely have gone every single year. I think 2012 was my very first year. I went with my mom and my best friend at the time, and it was a very, very, very fun time. I remember a float had passed, and somebody on the float pointed to me and my best friend. They're like, you know, they probably thought that we were like some little lesbian couple. I mean, it was like 8th grade, so we're what, like 13 14 years old. I'm like, this is my best friend, but okay, whatever, you know. But yeah, it was a really fun time. It's a lot of good energy, a lot of positive vibes. Everyone's just happy. And then you have, like, of course, the anti crew that comes with their big old signs. You guys really went out of your way to come to an event that's literally filled with people you oppose, just so you can get ignored because no one's paying attention to you. So like, what are you really doing there? Because like everyone's literally enjoying themselves, and you guys are over here in the corner, you know, yelling rude chants and just being just like overall homophobic, but no one's paying attention to you. Alright, so now I'm gonna go in with my Juvias Place palette. This is the Zulu palette. I'm gonna go in with this green right here, and I'm going to kind of like follow that blue but work it into the inner corner. But yeah, Pride is so much fun. Oh my goodness. I personally, that's like the second thing I look forward to every single year besides Halloween. I always look forward to the parade. But yeah, back to what I was saying about my first Pride parade. It was 2012, and my mom had offered to take me and my best friend. I think at the time she knew, and if you guys don't know, now you know, I am bisexual. But she might have known that at the time, and I think that's why she offered to take me, because she thought it would be, you know, a fun experience. She's being supportive. My mom is very, very, very open. She's very welcoming, very supportive. I honestly have to say, like, I am blessed to have the mother that I have. She is 1000% supportive with anything and everything I do, which is why I love that woman with all of my heart and soul and body and mind. But yeah, she took me, and I don't think she's gone back since. Well, because like my mom's older, and like the weather, the walking, the heat, it's just like she gets over it really fast. So I'm not surprised that she doesn't really want to go anymore. But I go every single year, and I get my outfit together. Me talking too much, I put way too much green, so I'm gonna go back in with that blue, and I'm just gonna kind of blend it more towards the front so I get more blue, because there's a whole lot of green going on right now, and it kind of overpowers the blue. I see on Facebook that somewhere at some Pride parade there were parents giving out free hugs to people who basically had, like, didn't have parents who supported them, and they offered their support. And it really moves me, because I could not imagine how it would be to be in that situation. because my mom is so supportive and she's so open. I don't know what I would do if she wasn't, you know what I mean? And I can only imagine how that feels, you know, knowing that your parents don't support you. But I mean, at the end of the day, that one person doesn't beat all these other people who do support you, you know what I mean? Even though that person does mean a lot to you and they have a very important place in your life, their support is not the only support you need. All right, so now I'm gonna go with the shade Cola, and I'm going to use that to deepen up the crease. Yeah, see, I just used that to close up that blue shade a little bit. See, on this side, it's like the blue shade stops here. Oh, it is. There is fallout. Oh, man. Anyways, the blue stops here. I'm gonna use that Cola shade to blend the blue and the purple so it doesn't have like that, you know, intense line there. All right, real quick, I'm gonna go back in with the shade Escape, and I'm just going to touch up the purple around the cut crease. Hi, I'm filming a video.
Go to bed.
I know.
Man, y'all kids, bro. Y'all.
Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to dust away the fallout. So moving on to underneath the eyes, I'm gonna go in with this red shade. I think it's called like No Kidding. You're Kidding. There we go. And I'm gonna start that on the outer portion of the under eye, and I'm gonna kind of bring it towards the center, not fully. I'm gonna kind of stop right there. So I clean the brush, and I'm just gonna kind of blend that out a little bit. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with this orange shade. I stopped caring about the shade names because they don't have them written on the actual palette. So we got that little ombre thing going on, you see that? Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with this bright ass yellow. I'm gonna fill that in right there. Okay, so I'm basically done with the shadow. I'm going to just tight line and apply some eyeliner, my waterline real quick. Alright, so I think to add a little pizzazz, I'm gonna go ahead and apply some glitter liner right where my cut crease is. Before I forget to mention, let me tell you, this is the NYX glitter liner. I think it's like $7-8. Before I put on lashes, I'm gonna apply some liquid liner just so the lash band is invisible. I'm not gonna do a full wing. I'm just gonna literally line the top lash line just so the lash band isn't all that noticeable with the glue. Ooh, before I even apply lashes, let me apply some mascara. This is the Essence Lash Princess Mascara. I almost forgot. Wow, look at me. For lashes, the lashes I'm going to be wearing are the Makeup Shack Dubai lashes. These are so beautiful. I only really wear them for dramatic looks like this. These are a little too dramatic to wear for me personally when I do like a very neutral look. As you can see, very spaced out, very fluttery, very like glam. So I'll go ahead and apply these real quick. All right, to set my face, I'm gonna take my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I love the way this sprays, like the very mist of it. It's like a micro fine mist, which is like, oh, it feels so good. For highlight, I'm going to take my Milani Strobe Light. This is in the shade Afterglow. And I'm just going to highlight literally my entire face. If you've never tried Milani highlighters, let alone their strobe lights, I highly suggest it. They are so beautiful. Do you see that? Ooh, yes. I'm also going to take that on my nose. I'm actually going to take that same highlight and highlight my brow bone. God, I'm not done with the eyes. Wow, I knew I was forgetting something. I'm gonna go in with my Juvia's Place Tried palette, and I'm going, I'm gonna take the shade Coral right here, which looks like it would be a pretty champagne color, but let me show you guys. It comes off as a very pretty greeny yellow, and I'm gonna use that for my inner corner highlight. Oh yes, do you see that? Wow, I feel like now the look is finally complete. Okay, for lips, I'm gonna keep it real simple because, I mean, the eyes are already enough. So I'm gonna go in with this Morphe gloss. This is in the shade Freebird, and that's all I'm really gonna do for my lips. So this is the completed look. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. Let me know down below if you would like to see more colorful looks like this, and I'd be happy to practice some out. I'd be happy to do that. I love playing with makeup, but I feel like lately I haven't had much inspiration. So let me know what looks you guys would like for me to do. And yeah, so with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.